Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam.
Danvat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji is just busy with something, so I've just started the meeting. Sorry, I was a bit late. But yeah, Mataji, you can continue. Kadamkaran Prabhu is also running late. He's at the temple. So,
Okay. Okay. Not a problem.
Only 2 people are here at the moment, but I think
that's fine, right?
Yeah, you can start.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just let you know about the audience. So today's audience, this class would be an online class, as it is, but also for the Hamilton Small Namhat group, because we are this is especially for the Kartik. We are asking them to preach in Kartik, and also just a brief introduction class before Kartik starts. Okay. So I will start. Just a second. I'm unable to share my screen. Am I? Wait, let me check. Where's my Zoom gone?
Now you should be able to unmute the host.
Achha. Okay, good. Let me see if I can. Sorry. Why I can't share my screen? I don't think so. I can share still, Sumit Prabhuji. It says host only. Or can I?
I have made it a host, so should be able to.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
that's strange. I can change it to all participants. But I cannot share my screen. Yes, I can. I guess now I can.
To come on, maybe. Okay, no worries, Mataji.
Can you see the screen which?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I can only see you, Mataji.
Can you see the Jai Radha Madhav screen now?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we will start now. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari जय श्री राधा गिरधारी भगवान की जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय श्री गौर निताय की जय श्री लड्डू गोपाल की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Shri Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. We'll quickly read the translation of this Geet. Krishna is the lover of Radha. He displays many amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavan. He is the lover of the cowherd maidens of Braja, the holder of the great hill named Govardhan, the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the delighter of the inhabitants of Braja, and he wanders in the forest along the banks of river Yamuna. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamascha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Govinda Goswaminiti Namine Namaste Prabhupadi Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ram Jannastarine. So Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you so much for attending the class. And so today, we all know Kartik is approaching. Just a day is there. It starts from 10th October. So with Kartik approaching, devotees all over the world, they get busy in what? In preaching the message of Lord, preaching the message of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone. So Kartik basically is about 2 P's, practice and preach, right? So there are 2 P's which is important in the month of Kartik. You have to practice, devotees practice and they preach the message. So with that, as we as preachers expose ourselves to Jana Sangha as well, right? When we go out and preach. So we know that Jana Sangha is a quality which is unfavorable for devotional service, as mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami. So, and we are making ourselves available to this, we're exposing ourselves to this quality, this unfavorable quality of Jana Sangha. So what happens when we expose ourselves to too much in Jana Sangha? Does anyone know what happens if we expose ourselves too much to Jana Sangha?
Today, I'll give a try. If we expose ourselves too much and we're not really that advanced, we might fall a victim, or we might succumb to our lower nature.
Correct. Exactly. It's a bang on, Mataji. It reduces the whole falling down to our lower nature. That reduces the enthusiasm we have. Right now, we all would be, I'm going to preach from 10th. Yeah, I have, so many programs booked and all those things. But when you expose yourself too much to Jana Sangha, there is this, fear of losing your enthusiasm, fear of falling down to a lower nature. So what do we do in that case? What is the solution for it? So should we not preach? Should we not go out and preach? Or is there a solution for it? So Srila Prabhupada has given all the solutions. It's very interesting how Srila Prabhupada has not only given the solutions, but he has also given us the problems. He has shown us the problems, not given us, he has shown us the problems and the solutions to it. We have a very, very heavy Brahmastra with us to solve this issue of exposing ourselves too much to Janasangha and to material world, which would then reduce our enthusiasm in devotional service. Okay, I would like to request someone to please read the highlighted, just the highlighted part of this slide.
Mataji, I'll read.
Yes, please, Mataji, thank you.
These regulative principles, such as rising before 4 a.m. for Mangal Aarti, chanting 16 rounds minimum on beads daily, reading books, going for street Sankirtana, preaching to anyone and everyone, offering the prasadam like that. These principles of devotional service are there to safeguard us from Maya's attack by keeping us always enthusiastic. If we strictly follow these principles, we shall remain always enthusiastic.
Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. I'm so sorry for the disturbance caused earlier. So the Brahmastra here is, this explanation is actually a action-packed program. Would anyone know what is the Brahmastra here? What is Prabhupada talking about? Starting from 4 a.m., 16 rounds, reading books.
Our sadhana?
Yes, our sadhana, but there is this particular time as well mentioned.
Oh, before
Today,
4 a.m.
Today we are going to talk about morning sadhana. Right? What is the morning sadhana as prescribed by Srila Prabhupada? We all wake up at, if you are in Auckland, 3:30, so that you can, if you have to go to the temple, if you don't have to go to the temple, then 4. And if you are in Hamilton, you still wake up at 4, even if you have to go to temple or not, because temple is not that far. Don't want to rub salt on the wounds, but there's no traffic here. So, but morning sadhana, we wake up at 3:34. 4:30, the DT doors open. You wake up your DTs at home. Okay, the whole sadhana starts from 4:30. Nashinga Pranama, then there is Tulsi Pranama, then there is what comes after Tulsi Pranama? There's Vaishnava prayers, 10 offenses, chanting of 10 offenses. Then there is Shikshashtakam. After that, we prepare ourselves for chanting, 2 hours of chanting, right? Then the DT doors open again, and we see the beautiful divine darshan of their lordships, Shri Radha Girdhari, Shri Radha Govind Dev Ji. Okay, and after that, we glorify them by the prayers of Brahma Samhita, and which ends with Bhagavatam class. We learn. It's very interesting how recently, I think 2 days before, it was His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj's Granthraj, the emails which come. He has mentioned in that, his disciple was mentioning in one of his classes, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj mentioned that Srila Prabhupada has made this Bhagavatam, the morning, they are not called a Bhagavatam lecture, it is called as Bhagavatam class. And there is a reason why it's called a class, because lecture is you dump and you move on. But class is where you learn, where there's Dadati Pratigranati happening, Guhya Makyati Prachiti, not Dadati Pratigranati, but Guhya Makyati Prachiti happening, you know, and you learn things from the speaker, from the senior devotee, from our divine Srimad Bhagavatam, from the purpose of Srila Prabhupada. That's how we end our morning program. Oh no, the morning program ends with the divine prasadam, transcendental sense gratification. So it ends with that. That is the full action-packed morning program, and that is the topic for today. That's what we are going to talk about. Prabhupada mentioned waking up at 4 a.m., doing your 16 rounds, reading books. This whole morning program has been there for a reason. Okay, see, let's start with what we are going to discuss today. What is morning program, which we just talked about, we just listed down. Then when devotees come into this devotional path of, when they take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, they always have this question, at least I had, that why morning? Why at 4 o'clock only? Why can't it be 6 or 6:30? Why it has to be Brahma Muhurat only? You know, that was always there, because coming from India, 4 is midnight. It's not morning, it is midnight. So why midnight? Why, you know, why to torture ourselves, right? That used to be always, that question was there. And then, okay, fine. When you accept, okay, theek hai, Brahma Muhurat hai, you have to do it. Then the other question is, no, not the question actually. There are so many struggles we have to face to fulfill this morning program. Many of them, but we'll just discuss a couple of them due to time constraint. We just discuss a couple of them so that you all are equipped with this Brahmastra, at least with the two major struggles which all of us face, right? So let's look at why morning only, what Srila Prabhupada says for it. Okay, Srila Prabhupada says that in Srimad Bhagavatam purport 3:20-46, he mentions that the time early in the morning, 1.5 hours before sunrise, is called Brahma Muhurat. During this Brahma Muhurat, spiritual activities are recommended. Spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect than in any other part of the day. So the first thing is, it's very effective when done in the morning. Right? What is the second part? Can someone read the highlighted part of the second conversation in December 1970?
Second part, Mataji, I'm reading it.
Yes, please. Thank you, Prabhuji.
One who can't rise early in the morning is not spiritually serious. This is test. This is test Brahma Muhurta. This hour, 1 hour before sunrise, is very auspicious moment.
Jai. See, this is, we read it's effective, and this is the test. If we cannot rise early in the morning, Srila Prabhupada is saying that we are not serious then in our spiritual life. Okay. And in the third one, in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada mentions how, Lord Krishna himself used to follow this process. After arising from bed, Lord Krishna would wash his mouth, hands and feet, and would immediately sit down and meditate on himself. This does not mean, Srila Prabhupada is saying, you see, interestingly, this does not mean, however, that we should also sit down and meditate on ourselves. No, we have to meditate upon Krishna, Radha Krishna. That is real meditation. Krishna is Krishna himself. Therefore, he was teaching us that Brahma Muhurat should be utilized for meditation on Radha Krishna. By doing so, Krishna would feel very much satisfied. And similarly, we will also feel transcendently pleased and satisfied if we utilize the Brahma Muhurat period to meditate on Radha and Krishna. And that's why we see why there is such an elaborate program. It starts from 4:30 to 8:30, 4 hours program. We are meditating on Radha and Krishna. Each and every activity, you start, the first thing as soon as the curtains open, Guru Ashtakam starts with gratitude. We are thanking, in each and every verse, we are thanking our Acharyas, we are thanking Srila Prabhupada, we are thanking our Guru Maharaj for exposing us to Prasadam, for introducing us to Prasadam, for introducing us to deity worship, for introducing us to the loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Every verse is a thanksgiving, right? And then protection from the material world. We pray to Lord Nrsingadev. Then we pray for service to Tulsi Maharani. And after that, we offer our pranamas, remember in what mood we have to chant, by chanting, by remembering ourselves the 10 offenses, Shiksha Ashtakam, the only 8 verses, teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then after that, we go to our chanting. With that mood, we prepare ourselves. See how it is all logically linked? So that we are getting a very thick covering of enthusiasm, very thick covering of a layer which won't be hurt by the attacks of Maya, as Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the previous slide we read, right? So this morning thing, this morning program has 3 things, ETT, okay? See, remember, we talked about 2 P's in the beginning. What were the 2 P's? About
practice and preach.
Practice and preach. Kartik is all about practice and preach. Okay. And what are the, now we'll see why this Brahma Muhurat, why this morning program is so important. There are again 3 words, ETT. E is for it's effective. The most effective rather time is during Brahma Muhurat. Second T is it gives a transcendental bliss and we feel very satisfied. And the third T is this is the test of our spiritual life. If we cannot wake up during Mangalarti, we cannot progress. We are not serious. It's as simple as that. It's not us. It's Srila Prabhupada speaking clearly. And I think in one of her lectures, Vishnupati Mataji, Her Grace Vishnupati Mataji mentioned His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj speaking about the same, that after all the seva on Janmashtami, if you are not able to wake up next day for Mangal Arati, for your 16 rounds, if you're not able to do that, that is the test actually. The real test is then after Janmashtami, right? So that is the importance. And we have to understand, if we are exposing ourselves to Janasangha, this is the only way to keep our enthusiasm in the month of Kartik. Increase your morning sadhana. We'll see what happens if we don't. Srila Prabhupada writes in the highlighted one, he writes in the letter to Dhananjaya, in the highlighted one. Would any Prabhuji would like to read this one?
Because no one is reading, I can read it out. No one is participating.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Namaste. These are the sources and the maintainers of all our enthusiasm to serve Krishna. As soon as someone is not following them regularly, it may be certain that his enthusiasm will gradually disappear. Therefore, my request to you is that under any and all circumstances, that you yourself shall without fail stick to these principles and make certain that all of the devotees in your charge are all following them strictly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for participating. So that is the effect if we do not do our morning program strictly. Prabhupada is saying strictly, right? If we are not doing it strictly, then gradually our enthusiasm will disappear. And what will happen? We will not remain pakka in our sadhana. The essence of Kartik month, as we mentioned, is to practice and preach the glories of devotional service. To preach, you should always be enthusiastic. If you are not, you have to know about Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's no enthusiasm. The listener would be like, "Kya paka raha hai? Why don't you just finish it off?" They'll be looking at the time and all. So to practice and to preach, you have to have that enthusiasm where you are like, no, this is the process and everyone has to follow it. Have you seen nowadays motivational speakers? They will even sell a cigarette to a person who's dying out of cancer. There's so much enthusiasm. They are like, oh, the other person is like, itna confidence se bol raha hai. Maybe he's right. See, so that's the enthusiasm. This is the real knowledge we are serving to others. We have to be very enthusiastic. And if we have, how will we save ourselves? The Brahmastra is this morning program. We have to be very, very pakka in our morning sadhana. Okay, what happens? See, I'll give you another example. It's raining heavily here. Okay, and you have to go out. You cannot stop yourself. You'll have to go out. And there's a meeting, you can't get wet and all those things. The only solution is to carry an umbrella, right? That's how you'll not get wet. Like these kids smiling, they are not only having an umbrella, they're having a raincoat. Even the lunch box is covered in a plastic, thing, so that nothing will get destroyed, and they are happily walking. The rain is not disturbing them. This rain is all the impact of Maya, the attacks of Maya happening. If we'll have this morning sadhana, we'll have the quality of chanting, if we'll start our day by gratitude towards our acharyas and finish it off with the learning of Srimad Bhagavatam, there's no way that this attacks of Maya can influence us. But if we are ek din kiya, next day nahi kiya, we are not too much into it, then what will happen? You're doing it, once a week you're doing it. So what happens? You're still having the umbrella. But look what happened here. The quality of umbrella is not good. With heavy rain and all those, it will break. So quality of your morning sadhana is also very important. And that's what we are trying to focus today, right? You have to maintain your quality of morning program. At least, you should maintain it forever. But during this month of Kartik, Radharani is considered as Ujjeshwari, the source of energy, spiritual energy, right? So we should pray to her to give us the spiritual energy to perform morning program, spiritual life in such a way that we are having a very strong umbrella, and that would not dwindle, that would not break. Okay, so there are three acronyms we talked about: ETT. The morning programs is very effective. It gives us transcendental bliss, and it is the test of our spiritual life. It's very important to perform. So far, we discussed morning program and its importance. Now, quickly, we'll talk about the struggles. Is it easy? Okay, forget about it. Maybe it's just me. Is it easy to do morning programs consistently?
No, it's a challenge.
It's very difficult, right? So it is, and I forget this, but one of our Siksha gurus told us that Srila Prabhupada said, chant and be happy, but there in the middle, there is chant, struggle, and be happy. And that struggle is transcendental bliss as well. Okay, so what is the struggle we are having? What is the struggles? Especially, let's look at, we'll just look at two, okay? Today we'll just take two because of the time, but if we'll get time, we can discuss more later. But what's the first struggle you have?
We are waking up, Mataji.
Correct. Thank God, Mataji. That is so true. Waking up. That is the biggest struggle any one of us has to face, especially with this weather, turning, sometimes it's too cold, sometimes it's, we have all those dualities having around in material world. Sometimes we are sick, sometimes kids are sick, and we have all those kind of things where we end up sleeping late. It's not possible to wake up early. Even if sometimes we sleep early also, still we cannot wake up on time. 4 o'clock is just an austerity. Every day it's an austerity, right? What is the solution? Can there be a solution to it? Of course, there has to be, because many devotees do it. So there has to be some solution to it. We'll just try to talk about a couple of them. And just so if you want to, there are series of these, how to increase your morning program, how to increase the quality of your morning program online by many devotees, Chowpatty Temple and Amog Leela Prabhuji, Amrendra Prabhuji, these senior Vaishnavas have the series, so you can delve into it more if you want to. But we'll just look at the first struggle, waking up itself. And there's just two. So far, waking up is one, but the solution to it is one, alarm, of course. However far you keep the alarm, now with the smartphone and smartwatches, it automatically snoozes off after some time. You don't have to get up and stop it. It automatically snoozes off. And by the time you are sick of, again, the alarm going off and on and off and on, another half an hour has anyways passed. Okay, so alarm is one. When I'm saying that, and I'm also contradicting the alarm thing, I'm doing that because I have got a different alarm with me, which I have utilized now. And it's very effective. It's very effective. I'll show you, I'll let you know about it later, but that's one thing, alarm, I'll show you that's one solution to waking up. And the other one is, before sleeping at night, read Srila Prabhupada Leela Amrita. I think this is one of the underrated books in ISKCON, which not many devotees read it rigorously or religiously. We all should before sleeping, so that we develop that feeling of gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada. Before sleeping at night, Leela Amrita, My Glorious Master, all the biographies written by senior disciples of Srila Prabhupada, we should read that. That would give us so much sense of responsibility towards this movement of Srila Prabhupada, that we will be waking up on time. At least we'll end our day with, with some sort of responsibility that, no, tomorrow I have to get up, right? That is one thing, that's what works for me. And then the alarm I was talking about, okay, the solution is this alarm. Listen to this alarm. I've just found it, and I've just found it that it's not working. No, it's working. Okay, sorry.
Don't sleep. Get up. Rascal, get up. This is the opportunity. Don't sleep. Get up. Rascal, get up. This is the opportunity. Don't sleep. Get up.
This continuously goes on for 42 seconds or something like that. It is, for me, it works like wonders. And I have many of our congregational devotees here, it has worked for them also. And I'm hoping that it works for you all too. It is Srila Prabhupada, personally coming to us and waking us up, with his very lovingly voice, asking us to get up, don't waste this opportunity. So that's one thing I thought I hope that that's helpful to you as well. And then the second struggle. See, when you get up, you come in Mangalarti, from 4:30 to 5:15, time goes by. You look at the wonderful form of Radha and Krishna, you are an association of devotees, everything is going fine, perfectly fine. What happens then? After 5:15, a very crucial struggle starts. That is chanting, isn't it? To be attentive while chanting. And we complicate it too much, but Srila Prabhupada has actually given very simple instructions on that. They are two simple instructions of Srila Prabhupada. Sit properly and chant clearly so that you can hear. Those two simple, please try to follow these two simple instructions. Srila Prabhupada has given simple instructions. He has said multiple times, Krishna consciousness is very simple, and let's keep it like that, right? Very simple instructions, follow that, it will be fine. Everything, every time you forget, just keep on reminding. I have put a paper in my room which says sit properly and in bold letters, because your mind will, the whole menu planner, year planner, COVID planner, all planners will come at that time only in your mind. Even retirement plan will come at that time in your mind. Though you are maybe very young, so at that time, so whenever your eyes go here or there, I just have that with Srila Prabhupada's photograph saying sit properly and chant clearly. So that's just the two struggles, the two most important struggles I have faced and our congregation here also faces. So that's what I've just touched upon a little on those. And that was it for the class today, but I'll just have a quick recap. We talked about 2 P's, why Kartik Mass is important, because it's all about the essence of Kartik Mass is preach and practice. Then we talked about what is the importance of morning program. Srila Prabhupada says if we are exposed, if we want our enthusiasm to be up, we have to be very rigidly and strictly following the morning program. We know what morning program is. I don't have to remind you that, but the importance of morning program is it's effective. E. T is, one of the T is what?
Transcendental.
Transcendental.
It's transcendental bliss. And the other T is?
Test.
It is the test of our spiritual life, right? So that is what we have learned for the importance and the struggles. We looked at the alarm. Waking up is the biggest struggle. The alarm is one, and then the other is read Srila Prabhupada, Leelamrita, or books before sleeping, before going to bed. And the other, the number 2 struggle we talked about was chanting, not chanting properly, or inattentive chanting, right? And for that we discussed that if we are just following simple instruction of Srila Prabhupada, sit properly and chant clearly, to begin with, that would be enough. That would be enough. Our Guru Maharaj says that that's enough. Do not try to engage yourself in the Leela of Bhagwan and all. Our Guru Maharaj says, just sit properly and chant. What Srila Prabhupada said, you just follow that. Guru Maharaj said. So, and that works wonder. Put it on a paper in your room. So that would help if your mind is, wherever you're doing chanting, okay? Don't put in a room where you're sleeping and then you're chanting in the other room. No use. Where you're sitting and chanting, that room you should put the paper. So that is all about today's, because Kartik is approaching, we all want to be equipped heavily with this Brahmastra so that we are able to face the attacks of Maya boldly and without fear. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Please, if there are any comments or questions or realizations, please do share.
Mataji, Hare Krishna, thank you for a wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can I ask a question?
Yes, please, Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, when Srila Prabhupada has given instructions about the Brahma Muhurat time, it's 1.5 hours before sunrise. So I've sometimes convinced myself, and I know it doesn't sound right, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. So like this morning, sunrise in New Zealand was at 6:47. Is that
Right.
1.5 hours? Then 1.5 hours before is 5:17. Does that? And I know, obviously, if you're going to the temple for Mangalarti, we need to be there because the curtain opens at 4:30 sharp. So am I justifying myself correctly, or am I being lazy?
So, Mataji, did you can you just say your beginning thing, what you mentioned, that it was in New Zealand?
Like the Brahma Muhurat time is 1.5 hours before sunrise, right?
Yes, it's actually 72 minutes before sunrise, exactly 72 minutes before sunrise.
Okay, so if
Yeah.
today's sunrise was at 6:47 in New Zealand,
Yes.
right? If I subtract 72, I just want to be
Yes.
sure because
Yes, yes. So for us, Mataji, to be sure, one is Srila Prabhupada's Praman.
it's
That's
4 a.m., isn't it?
Yes, that is
It's 4
the
a.m.
only way to be sure. And Srila Prabhupada
It's 4 a.m. Okay.
4:30. That is 4:30. The other thing is, we were recently discussing with His Grace Prana Prabhuji. There's a principle and there's a detail. So principle is the fact, right? So Mangalarti should be done in Brahma Muhurat. And then detail is, as you said, time, place, circumstances. In New Zealand, it might be 6:47. So it could be, if you deduct 72 minutes, it would be still 5 or, after 5, not 4:30 and all those things. So that part, you can do it at your home. At home, for home deities, if you want, that detailing can be done. But in temples, whatever standard Srila Prabhupada has set, we definitely follow that. We definitely follow that.
Thank you, Mataji.
I hope I'm able to. If Prabhuji or any senior devotees here in the forum, they can also they can answer.
Hare Krishna, it's also about the fact that why do we do the morning program? And fantastic, Sita Mataji, I just thought I'll add to what you just mentioned, is getting into the details of that will only distract us. Sometimes we tell ourselves that, okay, because if you go by the actual sunrise, frankly speaking, every day the sunrise is a bit different, especially when you go from winter to summer. So do we want to spend time in analyzing the actual Brahma Muhurta time and waking up different times throughout the year? Or do we have a discipline where we say, well, Prabhupada has said, and I know at home we don't have to follow exactly like the temple, but Maharaj says it should be definitely before 6, the Mangalarti, or 6:30 at the latest, not later than that. So based on time, place, circumstances, we fix a time and we wake up at that time. There we should not have any excuses. So it makes our life very disciplined. And the morning program that Mataji's whole topic was all surrounded about is also about that discipline. We are doing it out of love for Krishna. So if we spend too much time looking at Brahma Muhurta time or the tides or the sunrise, then where will we have time to chant?
Correct.
So let's keep that aside. People who want to follow, we let them follow. But we just follow what Prabhupada has given us, make a time and stick to it. That's it. Simple.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay.
There's also one thing I would like to add. This is just a couple of struggles we talked about due to time constraint, but there are many other struggles which devotees would face every day for the morning program. But there is one solution to all as well. All the struggles, there's one solution, and that is to open your heart to devotees, to senior devotees. If you just share your problems with senior devotees, they would give wonderful and very effective solutions to it. And in Auckland, there are so many senior devotees who are fulfilling this discipline with so much love for Srila Prabhupada that please take opportunity. I would just request everyone to please share your heart with devotees. That is, you're opening your heart to the mercy of the devotee when you share your personal struggles and all. So please do that in the month of Kartik. Anything, any other struggles. I'm saying this because we were not able to cover many struggles, and there are unlimited struggles for morning programs everyone would face. I'm pretty sure, at least I face unlimited. Every day it's a new struggle. So yes, that was just one thing. And we opened up to our Siksha Guru, His Grace Surit Krishna Prabhuji, for Mangalarti, and that's how we started developing the taste, when we started to do it every week on weekends at their place. We couldn't go to temple because my daughter was young, was small, and it was just getting too much. So we started doing it together, just two families. Prabhuji gave us this mercy of, let's do it together, Mangalarti. And the shlokas which I learned back then, I still remember by heart. I have not, that's wonderful. And the reason why I'm saying is this, if you open your heart to devotees, if you open your heart to the devotees, explaining them the struggles you're facing every day, they have amazing solutions to it. You just need to just let them know about it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much for the wonderful of information about what one need to do in the early morning and how we can energize ourselves, particularly in this month of Kartik. And in fact, not only for the month of Kartik only. I mean, it is our motto. Prabhupada has set us this motto for us throughout the life. So particularly in this month in particular, and the opinion you told about seeking the advice of the senior devotees, that has worked wonderfully, in fact, for my life as well. And so much advice I have received from them, and they're all practical, and that has helped us to move forward in this path of Krishna consciousness. And they are really very helpful. And Vancha Kalpataru, as the mantra says, so the Kripa Sindhu, they are really the oceans of mercy. So if we seek their help, and I think there is no obstacle in our way of to reach our goal if we are really serious about it. Thank you, Mataji, for the nice lecture also.
Thank you for your kind words, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anybody else? Any comments? So,
Prabhuji, I'll add to what Abhash Prabhu said. Love the class, Mataji. The acronyms were really useful. Absolutely relevant topic, and considering that Kartik month just starts from tomorrow, it's a good reminder for all of us. And I haven't really thought like that, but the penny dropped when you said that, during this month, we start losing a little bit of taste, and the reason why. So this is a very good reinforcement, because it'll, it's just at the right timing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
okay, Hare Krishna. So I was actually quite surprised that Sita Mataji wanted to speak in this forum, which is actually for training new preachers. And Sita Mataji herself is a trainer for preachers. If you see the congregation in Hamilton, it's just so wonderful that she's been working very hard for many years now behind the scene quietly, and harnessing such a nice group of devotees over there. It was a treat over there to associate with them. So this class, as of today, we will not have any analysis like we normally do, because this was supposed to be, as I've put in the group already, this is supposed to be another model class. So we are not here to analyze her and say, whether she's done this and this and that, because she's been doing a wonderful job since many, many years. And I just thought, after a few speakers have spoken, it's a good time for Mataji to speak and for others to imbibe, some of the things that they have got out of today. So we all know what are the key things to keep in mind. And I'm sure while you are listening to her, and I know the content itself was so engaging, but also the presentation modes. I'm sure you've taken your notes, taken some good points from what she has, nicely presented today. And because of this nice presentation, I have a request on behalf of all the assembled devotees here and who have not assembled today, that we request Sita Mataji to have a special workshop for devotees to specifically discuss the struggles of our morning program in detail. So
this is another Brahmastra. You are Prabhuji.
This was just a trailer, a taster. So now we want to see the movie. Hear the movie. So now it is very good. And for those of you who are not aware, Mataji is very nicely agreed to continue. So she'll also be one of the teachers in Bhakti Sastri moving ahead. So we want to definitely give devotees that experience, or the richness that Mataji has acquired over the years, and so that she can distribute it to all the new students in this course. But yeah, apart from that, I think we definitely need you to plan a proper workshop, whatever it is, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, or over a few sessions. Perhaps face to face would be good, but we can discuss and have that in the temple now that it's all open. So that's something I think, I'm sure everybody would agree with me, isn't it? A hands up or a shout up?
Absolutely, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, that would be nice.
Yes.
Prabhuji, I have a request, Prabhuji. Sudh Krishna Prabhuji and everyone assembled in this forum. Can you, because this is a class I'm planning to give tomorrow to my Namhat about, because we are trying to encourage them to go out, and what we are just copy pasting what Sudh Krishna Prabhuji did with us back then. It's old model which we are just copy pasting. And so is this thing relevant, Prabhuji? I really wanted to know that, is that relevant? And that class would be 1 hour, so I'll be discussing more struggles and more emphasis on morning program. But is that relevant for a person who is, because I just don't want them to, lose enthusiasm while preaching and fall back, because they're not initiated devotees, but they're very serious. They're not initiated devotees.
Well, everybody needs this. These kind of classes are just like Vaishnava etiquette classes or Sadachar classes. They need to be heard regularly. Over a period of time, we tend to become complacent. It naturally happens, as you mentioned in the class today. It's just the onslaught of material nature. And if you are associated with the right devotees and in the right consciousness, it is very natural to lose taste, to lose enthusiasm. The fact that we are continuing means some senior devotee has shown us their mercy. And of course, our Guru Maharaj's empowerment is there, but somebody has shown us that mercy. And so it is, I think, our duty, if we are somehow or the other doing something, is to transfer that mercy to others, whoever we can have the opportunity to discuss this with. So I think it's a fantastic topic. And you can do an overview, and then you can look at each component of the struggles, which I think is very relevant even for practicing devotees. Because sometimes we take it for granted that, oh, he's a devotee for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, so he may be, all good. But everybody, and it's not that he's good or bad, it's a question of everybody needs that support. Everybody needs to be told over a period of time that, are you doing? Keep going. And everybody has his own challenges. Like it could be family related, it could be sadhana related, it could be anything. So things like these are like I won't say pep talk, but they just prop him up. It's like a scaffold, So they just feel comfortable to take that support, and then it becomes a launching pad from wherever they are situated. So I think it's a fantastic program, and it should be regularly discussed both with new people and amongst practicing devotees. So definitely, Mataji, go for it. It's a great topic.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And
All good.
Mataji, you do it quite nicely because you always use the example that even we are struggling. So even the newcomers won't feel like, we've mastered it and, now it's for them. So you really, you really say it quite, you
But
come to
isn't
that
it true,
level.
Mataji? We have not mastered it. That's why we're still struggling.
No. I'm saying that it's like you use the example that even we as us practicing devotees are struggling.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
So
No,
you
that's
come to
very
that
true.
level. So I think that's a nice way of pitching it.
Thank you.
Go for it. I'd
Thank
love
you
to be in
so
that
much.
session.
You already know everything, Mataji.
She's doing one for us anyway.
No.
Yes.
Well, Prabhuji, whatever Prabhuji says, we have to do, right? That is Guru Seva. Can't say no. That's why I avoid talking to him and Mataji as much as I can. There would be some Seva coming, I know that. I'm a very bad practitioner, I would say.
It's
Prabhu,
great.
it looks like Prabhuji, it looks like you in Fiji. You've got the palm trees in your
Yes.
background, the beach.
Yeah, I thought the weather is like this, so let's at least have a background and devotees can feel a bit more enlivened. I can't see too much of my background, but you can.
True. Right.
All
Thank you
good.
so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming into this forum and inspiring all of us. So we will definitely work out a suitable time for the workshop, maybe after your trip back to New Zealand. You'll be traveling end of the year. So definitely we'll maybe fix up a time. Maybe we'll arrange it now for next year. Otherwise, as things move on, we become busy and involved. But now that's something that's really good. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure everybody else is. So if there's no other questions or some last passing comments, we will close our session here for today. Yeah. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.